Hello friends, and welcome to Escaping the Mouse with your host, me, Breck Roll. Alright, I got just a couple little things today I need to get done. First off, I want to kind of give you an update on the pool. We're making some good progress, and let me show you where we are on that. So the water in here is still a little bit milky, but it's doing a lot better. Like I said, you can still see the pool vac is still working and it's doing its job. That should be a lot clearer in terms of seeing that, and that's one of the things I want to work on a little bit. But the pool company seems to think that just allowing the filter to do its thing for a while is probably going to solve the problem. So we're going to continue to let it do its thing for another week or two. What I do want to do today is, when I was in the pool place last time, they recommended shocking the pool again in 5 days. Well, today is 5 days, so I want to do that. You also remember I had a problem with the pool vac. It stopped working on me, and we determined when we brought it into the shop that the problem was that some of the leaf waste that had been sitting in the bottom of the pool all winter, basically it just disintegrated, and it basically had the consistency of spinach. And the second it got sucked up into the pool vac, the pool vac basically just annihilated all of the liquid, or all of the leaf waste, and it got stuck everywhere, and that was what caused the problem. That's happened again, but this time I knew what to do with it. I took it apart, got the leaf waste out of there, and the pool vac is working really well now. Now, once we get the pool completely swept, and I think we're like 99.9% there now, there's still a few little sticks and twigs and stuff, and I may need to get those out with a net. But the leaf waste itself is out of the pool now. So, you know, there isn't any of this. There's a little bit of debris down there. I think that might be a stick. That might be just some dust or something that's accumulated in there. You know, what ends up happening, the way I've got the pool pump set up and the little water pump I have in here, is the goal is to make the pool water rotate counterclockwise in here, and that creates little currents in here, and sometimes certain areas in the pool tend to accumulate some of that debris. It all kind of settles in certain areas, and the vacuum may get to that at some point and sweep that up, or I may just have to go in there and deal with that with a net. But that's just one of the little things you run into with these pools, especially when you have a round pool like this and you're making the water spin. The water filter itself is doing a great job now. We're getting a lot of water flow in here, which is a good thing, and it's sweeping out all the stuff that's on the surface. So I'm hoping over time now I shouldn't have any more of these problems with the pool vac getting gummed up, because, as I said before, the main problem there is that the leaf waste was so soft because it had been in the water all winter that it just disintegrated. Well, hopefully from now on, the leaves that do fall into the water and don't get pulled into the pump here, into the skimmer, and they end up sinking, they won't be soft. They'll still be hard enough that they'll get sucked in and won't get pulled apart by the force of the vacuum. So hopefully over time that should be less of an issue. I should have less problems with the pool vacuum getting all clogged up. So that's a good thing. It looks like this thing just completed its cycle partway on the wall here. This thing runs for about 2 hours and then it stops automatically, and I started it right when I got up this morning, so that's doing good. So like I said, I want to shock the pool today, and we're going to do that every 5 days or so for the next couple weeks. Normally I do it once a week, sometimes once every 2 weeks, to kind of keep the pool healthy, but they're recommending every 5 days, so I'm going to do that now. So this is the shock chemical. It's just a powder you apply to the pool, and I'm just going to kind of distribute it evenly across all the way around the outside of the pool, and it dissolves pretty quickly and helps maintain the chemistry and hopefully clarify the pool a little bit. Now the pool place is recommending that every time I shock it with 2 pounds of chemicals, of the shock chemical, and each one of these little cups here holds about half a pound. So I actually got to do this 4 times. So that's number 2. And I'm not actually going to show you all 4 times. If you really want to see what it looks like running the thing 4 times, you can back the video up like 1 minute and watch it 2 more times. But you get the idea. I'm putting four of these cups in there, spreading it all the way around the outside of the pool. And the water current should spread that around all the way. And hopefully in a couple of weeks we will have a nice healthy pool. We are definitely making good progress though. I'm happy with that. Look at all the leaf waste I pulled out of this pool. This is between the skimmer and the pool vacuum. That's all come out of there. Amazing, huh? It's no wonder my pool was out of control. And I'm also kind of checking the chlorine tabs in here. I put these little 3-inch diameter chlorine tablets in here. And I only need to replace these when they dissolve completely. And they tend to dissolve a little bit slower in the winter when the water is cool than when it's warm. I'll put 3 of these things in here a week during the summer, but it's been 2 weeks since I put tablets in here and they're still doing pretty well. So we're gonna leave this alone. 58 degrees in the pool. Yeah, I don't think we're into swimming weather yet. So that takes care of that part of these chores that I have to do today. There's another thing I need to do. You may recall last week I tried to get the oil changed in my car and went to a couple of Jiffy-Lube type places in town, and they had no idea what I was talking about when I said I needed a B12 service. So I made an appointment last week with Honda to have them deal with it, and that appointment is today in about 45 minutes. So we're going to go over and do that. A B12 service is not just a strict oil change, which is what a lot of these companies do. The B12 service is a bunch of other things. They check some other fluids, they rotate the tires, they do a whole bunch of other stuff. These places couldn't do that, but Honda will be able to do it. If anyone's going to know what a B12 service is, it's going to be Honda. So we're going to let them do it. I also got to replace the tires on my car. Let me show you what's going on there. So when I did my vehicle inspection to get my tags a couple months ago, they told me at the time that they barely were going to pass me on my tires because the treads are just getting really, really narrow. And when I was also in there looking at it the other day, I noticed that there's an unusual wear pattern going on here. That usually means there's some sort of an alignment issue. So this may take a little time. They may have to align my front end. And then, like I said, we're going to get some new tires in the front. I think the back tires look pretty good, but the front tires, you know, this is a front-wheel drive vehicle, so, and these are the tires, you know, obviously these are the wheels that turn when you turn the vehicle, so you get a little bit more wear and tear on those. And so, like I said, we're going to rotate the tires, get some new ones on here, and hopefully that should get this vehicle back in shape. This has been a very reliable vehicle for me. This is basically a car I got about 6 months before I left California, and it brought me to Texas. It's basically sustained me for the last 4 years, and drove me back and forth back to California and back home again last year. And so, you know, it's put in, these tires have gotten a lot of miles on them, and they're ready to be replaced. And it's really cold out today too, so it's a good day not to be spending outside. All right, I'm back, and that was an expensive and time-consuming afternoon. That took about 4 hours that I was sitting in the waiting room. I don't know, if they're gonna make you spend that much time, they ought to have something more interesting than some stupid sports show running on the TV the whole time. But anyway, we got it done, car's back in order, and my wallet is about $1,000 emptier. So, you know what, that's just part of the joys of owning a car, and unfortunately this isn't one of those things that has to happen all the time. So, you know, hopefully the car will run now good for a while and shouldn't have any further problems with it. Like I said, the B12 service is a little bit more involved, but really what became pricey was the tires and the front end alignment. And hopefully that'll, like I said, keep us going for a while. So anyway, on the way home, I hit a place called World Market. because I've been looking for a souffle pan. And that may give you a clue about what we're going to do for our next video. Is going to be a cooking recipe, a cooking vlog, but have been unable to find a souffle pan. Apparently that is like a very, very rare thing in Waco. I've been actually looking for 2 days. I was looking yesterday, couldn't find one. Went to Bed Bath & Beyond, went to just places like Walmart and Target and places like that. Yeah, just nobody has anything like that. So I don't know, I might just have to order one online, but we're going to kind of figure that out as we go along. But anyway, like I said, a little spoiler about what maybe the next vlog is going to be. But anyway, I think that's all that I have for today. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you next time on Escaping the Mouse. Good night.